Howdy, you guys. So, I thought I was going to be able to do my last video, hopefully on the Rust Runner, but today we're back looking at this fucking locale. So, this is bitch220. My buddy, Mako, did a wonderful live. I'm going to put their channel, page thing at the bottom of the screen. You guys want to go check that out. It's Macho on YouTube. They do great reviews. Great guys. We got Jeff over there. Awesome dude. Love that guy. And we got the Devil Dog / Gunny, the real big bad Marine, David. They're both good guys. Awesome guys. And they're huge supporters of the Poor Man's Speed Shop. So we really appreciate them. Me and Jeff are good friends. And me and David are good friends. So if you guys want, go give them some love. Give them some love. They're great guys. Like I said, now let's get into this fucking locale today. My buddy Jeff, like I said, did a really good live this morning. I wasn't up for it. I've actually just got up and it's like 1:41, 1 o'clock, a little over 1 o'clock. So let's get into this. Jeff did a really good live. Go check out that. He pointed out some things that I want to talk about. So let's get into it.
For me, you want me to work with you? For me.
Just gonna retract on a couple of things that have been going on throughout the past.
And we're out of the fucking gate, you guys. We are on some bullshit lies. As you guys can see, to retract means to take back or withdraw or deny a statement. See, this man uses big fucking words because he thinks it makes him look like he's fucking somebody. Like he uses fucking words that he don't know. Like in the live with Mako, if you guys go over, you guys can find the live that we all did. He says that I'm the pot calling the kettle black, but didn't know what that meant. He said that meant I spread hate, but yet come after him for being a racist. That's not at all what that means. And he's just an idiot. So he's going to deny or with fucking tract a statement, but yet he doesn't do neither.
Think about that house. Would it be under foreclosure or pre-foreclosure? If you're to look up on Zillow now and look up the address, you'll see that it says sold. I do believe that I posted a thing from my mortgage company that says the account was paid in full. You can't lie about that stuff. Not going to get that kind of documentation from them if you don't. Let's see. The other thing,
Okay,
real quick,
guys, let's discuss the first problem here. So, he likes to say he shared something. He never did. He showed something saying paid in full, but that's not what I want to really talk about. He likes to say that, but when this is all going on, that this house wasn't in pre-foreclosure. It was not. Zillow was wrong. He just admitted that we were all right by saying it was in pre-foreclosure, which means it was being foreclosed on. But he likes to say that we were all lying on that. So, got you again.
somebody was saying things that were done that were on public notification were done by me. Well, no, they weren't. My father passed away in '07. Anything that's on that noted piece of paper that's in 2007 was my father. Anything after is me. So there was only one car accident that was me. The other stuff, not me. The other thing is,
Okay, you guys, so I want to discuss this. First of all, how could one thing on a legal documentation, one thing on that paper be his, but the rest be his father's? That's a big red flag. That's how you know it's Rich on that paper, because Rich just admitted that one thing on this fucking criminal record thing is Rich's shit, but not anything else. Huh, that is odd. You do not admit things like that? Man, just besides the point. And can Rich please tell me what a fucking public notification thing is? Because I would really like to know what a public notification thing, his words, word for word, is. So you can tell he's got low IQ.
I made no threats to close anybody's channel down, but I do have a lawyer, and I have enough money to retain him if I have to. When people start digging into your personal life and they bypass social media platforms, now you're dealing with a whole other animal. And when you're doing a review channel and you review something that happened a year ago, You don't keep dredging it up. You move on. So doing something a year later really doesn't hold any bearing unless you're stupid.
Right there, Rich. You just threatened me again with defamation of character. Apparently, you or Barry does not know what that word means. That word means that you guys face some kind of bad thing in your life. You lose money, you lose a house, you lose a girlfriend, something like that, over my words that are not true. They are false. The allegations are false. Rich, newsflash, everything I've called you, I've put out there. And as far as me calling you a fucking creep, that's my opinion. You cannot sue over an opinion. Newsflash. So that's how you know this man's stupid. So his attorney that handled the closing of his house, that he said he never had an attorney, but he has an attorney now, he says. We're just going to give him that. So the attorney that handles closing on houses also handles small claims matters? Huh. I did not know that. And then something else I want to talk about is, you're talking about my channel bringing up things from a year ago. Let's not forget what Rich did. Rich said the hard R word to a fucking, the hard N word, light N word, it doesn't matter. He said the N word to a person that walked out in front of him. Instead of calling him a stupid bastard, the first thing Rich saw was his skin color. And then this maggot tried to fucking clean up and say it was children that were crossing the street. I have the proof, Rich. Call me a liar. Now we're going to talk about him not beating his wife. Rich, I got news for you. I'm in contact with your stepson, buddy. Been for months. How do you think I know certain things, Richie Rich? All I got to say is I'm also in contact with one of your neighbors, Rich. Last name Wells, ring a bell? Got him. I'd like to state that I'm digging into your past, which is wrong. Once you dig into your personal life, bitch, please, I can dig into whoever's personal life I want to dig into, and I can put it online if I so choose. No law's been broke there. If you're not ashamed of what you've done, you wouldn't care. If I was hyping Rich up in the mirror right now saying he's such a good mechanic, he's such this, you would love it. But because I'm spewing all the mis-fucking information and stupid shit you've said and done, and all the horrible shit you've done, you don't like it. To call me a harassment channel is straight up ignorant. Straight up just stupid as fuck. You said the N-word. You don't deserve to be let like, just to walk around here and not have any ridicule.
And as far as the car goes, and me being dead way before it even moves, there's a good possibility that might happen. We could all die tomorrow. We don't know what tomorrow brings. We don't have control over it. It's out of our control. So that's the reality of that. Okay?
Alright, you guys, so let's talk about some mechanical stuff here, and especially Rich's car. Rich's car is rough. I mean, he pop-riveted fucking galvanized sheet metal everywhere and then smeared mud all over it. So it's a rough turd. But as far as Rich being dead before it gets on the road, you're like, well, we don't know when we're gonna go. That is true, but most people exercise and do, like, at the most be outside every day trying to make sure that they live, especially if they could barely breathe and walk and talk, and like you say, you can't. I'm not going to say because you had a heart attack, because you've never had a heart attack or a stent. You're a fucking liar. You've never had a fucking cancer like you say. It's just made up shit so you could be an emotional vampire and prey on people's fucking sympathy. Now let's discuss the car stuff. For those of you that don't know, I guarantee most of you guys aren't mechanics out there. But if you are, get this. This is awesome. And even if you're not a mechanic, you might find this funny. So, this man goes on live and talks all this mechanical bullshit, and all of it's fucking 100,000% false. Like, you don't do a dry compression test, which is where you stick a rubber hose in a cylinder with a threaded end. You put it on a gauge, you crank the engine over, and it tells you how much psi or compression is in the cylinder. And every engine should have, more than 20. Rich goes on there and does the same thing, right? And it's like, I only get 20 unless I put stuff in the cylinder. Well, a 4-stroke, you guys, is totally different than a 2-stroke, like your weed eaters. Most of them are 2-stroke, which means you mix gas and oil. And the oil and the gas mix on top of the piston, and that's what helps cool the cylinder and lubricate the cylinder. Well, on a 4-stroke, which is what all car engines, unless it's a diesel, are. Those engines, 4-stroke engines, do not need oil on top of the cylinder. And as a matter of fact, you have an oil ring or scraper to prevent oil from getting up on top of the cylinder. That's on top of the piston. That's the whole point of that, is to stop all that stuff from happening, because oil on top of piston, bad things happen. Your engine's going to smoke. It's just not going to be a good thing. And doing a compression test with Marvel's Mistral Oil in a cylinder is not how you do it. If you guys ever do a compression test, do it dry. It's the only way to get the correct reading of the cylinder. And if you have the pleasure of working on a 283 and 57 Chevy, and you have 20 pounds of pressure in the cylinder, that engine's dead. It needs to be pulled out, rebuilt, and stuck back in its hole. Now we're getting to that. Rich has put new pistons in 2 cylinders. He has valve relief pistons, which he calls them valve release, like it's a mechanical thing that releases the valve. A valve release piston, so we're going to go off that, what Rich says. He's put 2 of those in with fucking the rest factory flat tops, factory rings that are worn out. And wonders why this engine has a hell of a gallop. He goes, wubba, 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 wubba. It's not a steady rollover. It just has a gallop in the center. That's because 2 of the cylinders have a lot more compression than the rest of them. This man literally is underneath this car, and for those of you that don't know, you have connecting rods in your engine. You have connecting rods and main bearings, or main caps. You know that they have to be torqued to a specific torque spec. So there's no over tightening, under tightening them unless you're a fucking idiot. You just go by torque spec. So he goes, oh, these are too tight. Oh, these are supposed to be a little loose. Talking about his fucking connecting rods, his rod bearings and shit. That's not all the case. This man has had to do head gaskets. I am not shitting you guys. 6 fucking times. At least 3. Nobody does head gaskets that fucking much. And then, this Delbert, for those of you that don't know, any engine really, has dowels on the block. The gasket goes on the block first, and then your head sits over that. The dowels are to help locate the gasket in the head. This man puts this 283 gasket on the fucking head, then tries putting it on the car. That's not how you do it. So I mean, this man wants to get in here and talk and try to teach people, but he's too fucking stupid to do so. He don't know what he's doing half the time. This man literally said that, oh, somebody pulled out the rod and just set it inside the block, the distributor fucking shaft. You can't do that, you guys. Your distributor literally wouldn't go down the hole, and it damn sure, when it rolled over, you would fucking know about it. Because that distributor would just be flopping around.
No, I never made any threats to close anybody's channel down. I don't care what you say about me on social media, but the minute that you start digging into my personal life and, crossing that barrier, that's a problem.
Look, you hear Rich. I can do whatever I so choose. As long as it's factual and I have proof to back up my allegations, you can't do shit about it. Facts. I can call you a creep because it's my opinion. And again, you can't sue for opinion. But we are well within our rights to notify Cassidy Transit, your employer, out of New Jersey, Cassidy Transit, where you work to this day, you drive around disabled kids. You like to use that R word. While you drive around disabled kids, say the N word, all that type of behavior, all in the company vehicle. They have a right to fucking know these things. Because
that's defamation of character, and that is actually legitimately something that somebody can file suit against you for. So literally, I wouldn't do that to somebody else.
Okay, guys, so I just showed you guys what defamation of character is. It is making false claims or accusations to hurt somebody's character and None of the stuff I've said or done is defamation of character. Damn sure calling your work and notifying them that you're a fucking racist is not defamation of character. So before you use legal terms, how about you at least have the wherewithal to fucking Google them before you sound even more stupider than you're already sounding to people. Because this man has to have the IQ of a fucking squirrel.
So, literally that's just going overboard. But other than that, I'm hoping everybody's enjoying their holiday and having a good weekend. Uh, I'm just sitting at home here watching TV. That's it. Both of my ankles are swollen. Yes, they are. They're not really bad, but they're bad enough.
Alrighty, you guys, let's keep this shit in mind. For Rich to be such a great guy, why is he sitting at home on Memorial Day weekend knowing that he has 2 sisters and a brother? And his brother is super close to him. Why wouldn't his brother have him over for a cookout? He's such a great guy and it's so pleasurable to be around, and his whole fucking family loves him so fucking much. Then why don't they have him over? Is my question. And there we go with the symphony ploy again. My fucking legs are swollen. How about you get the fuck off your ass and walk, and they will not be swollen? How about this? Me and Jeff will fly the fuck. Jeff can drive down. We will fly the fuck down, tie a Twinkie to that fucking cat hat that you always fucking wear, and we will fucking. And then you can run for it and try to catch it. Maybe I'll get you in the shape. Stop bitching about your health. If you're not willing to take the steps necessary to keep yourself living and make yourself better, then you have no right to fucking whine about your health. If all you're going to do is sit around, watch 2.5 Men eat ho-hos and Twinkies, then you don't have no room to whine about your fucking health. Newsflash, if you're not willing to fucking change it, then, Rich, then you want to die. And you shouldn't whine about it. You should praise about it. How about that? This man with the lowest fucking IQ, I can't believe somebody this fucking stupid exists. Like, I cannot believe. Who gave this man a fucking high school diploma or a GED? Nobody. He's got to have a certificate of completion. He is dull. He is dense. He is fucking slow.
So that's the end of the personal stuff. Because there's no need to keep dredging it up. These people just, I don't get what the problem is. I don't know what their deal is. And you could despise somebody, you could hate them, and you could just like not want to be bothered with them. But just don't bother with them. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go to that level where, you think you're setting an example. But what you're doing is creating more havoc and more, drama. Oh, yeah? What car?
First off, so me pointing out the fact that you're a racist and a creep and everything else is me creating havoc, which I don't have the right to do. Just because I despise somebody that much doesn't mean I should do that, because I'm not, in your words, I am not higher than you. I am not better than you for doing this. Bitch, I am a lot better than you. For one, I don't go here and whine about my health issues to help people feel sorry for, because I'm a fucking man. No real man wants somebody to feel fucking sorry for him. 2, I don't despise you. I hate you. There's a difference. And let you go and let you have a platform knowing the hate speech you've said, knowing the shit you've said, knowing the shit you've done, ain't gonna happen. I never once lied to you. In the live with Mako, I told you I will be done when you go to TikTok or you're off of here. I told you that. And I did tell him that, you guys. But this man is just so fucking stupid. He cannot handle the fact that he is done. He's lost subscribers, followers after everything he said. And what's worse is he won't even own this shit, really. He denies it, says it's kids that he was saying that shit to, and just off the wall stupid shit.
So that stupidness is out the window. And I don't make idle threats like somebody else. I don't have to. No, I didn't. Show me where. If you know me so well.
Alrighty, guys. At the end of this, I'm gonna post a community post, which he has edited since this live. That shows that he's threatened us with taking down our channels, because it's me and Mako. This is who he's talking about. So that's a threat. And he says, I don't make idle threats like somebody. So you ready for this? Rich, when this stuff all started, my buddy over there at Jeff, if you guys go comment and ask him, I'm sure he could pull up the video and show you guys. Rich made a comment that he could have Mako dealt with one phone call. Have somebody at his house. Because he knows mobsters. He used to take care of a mobster. Like, he's got some kind of pull. This fat fuck ain't got no pull. He ain't got nobody like this. This motherfucker wants to be somebody like Wes Watson so bad. This big, trying to be internet tough guy. Which he's not. He is a little fucking weasel that is 55 fucking years old and has a sad existence. Has lost everything his ex-wife worked for to pay for. This man has lost his house, his cars. He's living in a studio apartment, which he is hoarding up with all the shit from his house. A one-bedroom studio apartment, if you want to call it a bedroom. But yet wants to brag about what he's got. Well, I tell you what, at 55 years old, if I lose my house and go live in a studio apartment, lose everything that I used to own, pretty much except for a 57 Chevy, some knick-knack bullshit, and the clothes on my back, then I want somebody to take my fucking Mauser and put a bullet through my head, because that's a sad existence, let alone to be on here because I have no friends, no family, nobody wants anything to do with me, whining about my health, whining about my personal issues, or just whining to be whining, hoping that somebody will feel sorry for me enough to stick around and give me a sub and come back and talk to me, because my brother, my sister, none of my family wants anything to do with me because I am such a lowlife that you cannot have a fucking conversation without worried about getting in a fist fight. Because I have attitude constantly. Because I'm arrogant. I am stupid. And again, does the last name Wells, and this goes out to my good friend Richard, does the last name Wells ring any bells, Rich? W-E-L-L. Let's talk about your ex-wife for a minute, because I'm working on getting her on this channel. I'm working on it. Maybe I can actually get her to do it. I would love for her to come on the channel and talk about her marriage with Rich. But here's what I want to say. Do you know this man brags about how his wife just quit her job at FedEx? The truth behind it is, Rich made her quit. Rich got jealous and said, look, you need, I'll take care of you. You need to quit. He got jealous. They couldn't go to the bar and let her talk. She couldn't talk to nobody, especially no men, nothing, without Rich getting extremely jealous and getting mad at her. Who the fuck does that? I mean, yeah, if you're fucking 18 or 19, it's your first serious relationship, okay. But then you live, you learn, and you move the fuck on. You're not 50 fucking years old still trying to control your ex-wife. Or your wife at the time. That's fucking wrong. Rich's wife, newsflash you guys, he has only been with one woman his whole fucking life. And that was his ex-wife. He married the first girl to touch his wee-wee. Who does that? Who marries the first girl that touches their pecker? We're not talking high school sweethearts here. We're talking Rich met this woman in a bar. He took her home. She touched his pee-pee. And Rich rolled over and said, will you marry me? This is the type of IQ person we're talking about. I am 25, dude. And since the time I was 18, I've had serious relationships. I'm 26, actually. But from the time I was 18 till roughly 10, 11 months ago, I had nothing but serious move-in relationships. And I'm talking only knowing these people for maybe a month or two. And just moving in just because I'm in love. Fuck that. I'm 26. I want to live a little. I want to spread my wild oats. I want to actually have some enjoyment before I actually just do the stupid shit over again. Not Rich. You touched my PP once. I barely know you. You want to move in. You want to fucking... And he was older than me at the time. He was like fucking 30 or 40. And she was like, I don't know, 50 or 60, something like that. He might have been fucking 28, 29. She was 36. She was older than him. That's what I mean. Rich couldn't even please an older woman. Jesus Christ. This man's fucking stupid as fuck. I mean, talks about how bad she is, but yet she left every fucking thing at her mom's house. It's pretty bad when women your own age, dude, don't want to sleep with you because you're fucking weird. Pretty bad. Because he was like, I don't know, late 20s, early 30s, and he had to pick up a woman that was in her 40s, like 30s, 40s. That's pretty bad. My opinion. And another thing, be young, be stupid, and enjoy your time on this planet. Because one day, sadly to say, we may end up like Richard on live here, whining about our personal issues and whining about our health issues, so we can try to find a reason to fight another day. See you guys in the next one. Much love. Glad you guys could stop in. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. You guys want to check out my good friends Mako, Fasting, Lipstick Grudge, Still Scrappy Kingdom. Everybody's in the channel description. Go check out my main channel, Poor Man's Speed Shop, where we actually build cars, unlike this fucking idiot and the other fucking idiot. Go check that out. We have a review coming later tonight with the old man and me on the Rust Runner. We prove how bad of a Rust Runner it is. See you guys in the next one. I love you guys. Bye-bye.